Roman Reigns makes another surprise appearance on Monday Night Raw and once again leaves without shoes. Seth Rollins is already defending his championship. Becky Lynch makes everybody stop in their tracks, and Xavier Woods has the biggest hat that anyone has ever seen. This is WWE Raw Recap. It's a WWE and Fanatics original production. Oh, Megan, Raw after SummerSlam, it's a thing. There was something going on. So many superstars were just realizing, I think it must be after these big events, whether it's WrestleMania, whether it's SummerSlam, and SummerSlam does now feel like that sort of level of event with two nights in a stadium. That superstars show up to Monday Night Raw and go, okay, we're done with what happened on SummerSlam. It's time for me to make my mark. And I think we saw that up and down the card tonight. But I think we saw it both with Seth Rollins and the potential challengers to Seth Rollins. I think what we saw was almost a restructuring of what the World Heavyweight title picture looks like going forward.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about Seth Roman for quite some time, but when I saw CM Punk interfere and ultimately end the match between CM Punk and LA Knight, I go, oh, we're getting ready now for CM Punk, Seth Rollins. But then the OTC arrives at the Barclays Center.
And you know what my favorite part about the whole thing was? It was a singular moment, but I think it tells you a lot in that singular moment, which was LA Knight getting back into the ring and like kind of shoving Punk, like, what are you doing? So now it's like in that moment, LA Knight's not out of this picture either. Like LA Knight didn't get the championship match that he wanted when Adam Pearce decided. And by the way, to his credit, it felt like Adam Pearce was tonight just like going with the chaos. Usually he's like fighting against that current.
Well, it's been a long weekend. He's tired.
Yeah.
He had a lot going on. But I think LA Knight, to your point, he's someone that we all were thinking about this weekend when we saw Seth Rollins cash in. There were all the questions like, was the injury a ruse? Was the injury an injury that wasn't as bad? Did LA Knight know? And tonight, seeing LA Knight come out in the first segment of Monday Night Raw, that's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, I think so. And I think you speak for a lot of fans when you say that. We talked about it recapping SummerSlam and wondering if, look, Seth Rollins took a loss to LA Knight, and if his knee was not actually injured on Saturday night's main event, and he just took that loss because he thought losing to LA Knight in that moment would result in greater victory later, it still has consequences. Mm-hmm. Actions have consequences, and I think that's what LA Knight was saying, but also to fans. I think a lot of fans were watching Seth Rollins win the championship and going, well, LA Knight is a part of this story. Mm-hmm. LA Knight was what we were building towards at Saturday night's main event. LA Knight, so what? LA Knight just kind of gets that victory and then nothing, and then LA Knight disappears, goes on vacation, as he says on Raw. I think that you're 100% right. That people needed, not eventually, now, to find out where LA Knight stands on this whole thing. And I'm glad that he's like head first in this title picture. Because whether Rollins was milking this injury or not at Saturday night's main event, regardless, if you want us to sit there and see LA Knight as a guy who beat Seth Rollins on that night, he put him in the BFT and pinned him 1-2-3 on Saturday night's main event. Mm-hmm. That's the last guy who beat Seth Rollins before Seth Rollins went to SummerSlam and cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. So why wouldn't we sit there and go, well, hey, we already were looking for a rematch here. Now, LA Knight has found his way into the world title picture.
Yeah, now the rematch has a lot more magnitude to it as well. I mean, it's about not just LA Knight and beating Seth Rollins. It's about LA Knight becoming a world champion.
And it's almost like you're tempting us, right? Like a lot of fans have wanted LA Knight to be in this position for a long time.
A long time.
A lot of fans are sitting there going like, he's the guy. When I go on the radio and I go, well, let's say if Cody wasn't the QB, mm-hmm. who would be that guy? And LA Knight is, one of the first names that callers start calling in and going, LA Knight would be that guy, LA Knight would be that guy. And there was a fear. And I sensed it. I was looking at it in the comments of the podcast that I was putting out when I was dropping these emergencies and lighting up the siren. They were going, that's all well and good for Seth Rollins and CM Punk, and there's a story there, and Roman Reigns and everything. But are we just going to pretend that this LA Knight thing didn't happen? And the fact that we got our answer, not to start Monday Night Raw, first segment of the first television show that Seth Rollins walked into as World Heavyweight Champion, LA Knight was there to justify that element that I think people were looking for. We start Raw with Bronson Reed walking in. He's still wearing it. It is now official. I don't exactly know where Shula Fala started.
I love it, though.
But the fact that now it's an official thing, like it's been said by Mr. Heyman on television, but and, you know, we'll get to the end of Raw, but there's also a second Shula Fala.
I know. I was thinking that. I'm like, they're going to need to get a third, though.
Oh, because there's 3 members? You
Yeah.
think so that way they don't have to share.
Maybe 4. Paul Heyman might need one, too.
He looked good in those Spizikes.
He did.
Leaving SummerSlam. He looked good in them. So Bronze and I love Tribal Thief.
It's good.
It's just a good play on words. As this group.
Well, and that's really how Raw started, with the play on words. First, Heyman says that Braun Breaker is the big dog that patrols the yard.
And I think that that's not just a reference to Roman Reigns being the big dog. The yard, I felt like controlling the yard. Whose yard is it? I thought that was always an Undertaker thing. Like that's what comes to my mind when Paul Heyman starts dropping things like that on Braun Breaker and really putting him in the position that this is all his now. All these legends that controlled not only the ring but the locker room. It's all Bronson Reed, and then of course Seth Rollins, who apparently honeymooned with the World Heavyweight Championship.
And she was good.
She was good. She was good. That title was good.
Seth. Good for Seth.
Yeah, no, I think he deserves happiness. But I think Seth coming out there and saying never doubt Seth Rollins. Again, it should just be never doubt Seth Rollins. Because I think that's not just the story of Seth Rollins right now. It's the story of his career. For whatever reason, there have been multiple times where people doubt Seth Rollins, where people doubt whether he can get it done, where people doubt if he's actually the guy. And he's proven time and time again that when you need that big moment, when the going gets tough, you know, when your back's against the wall, Seth is the guy. Seth is a high pressure, high performance player.
Not only don't doubt Seth Rollins, but don't underestimate Seth Rollins.
That's right.
And the fact that he always has some sort of plan. I mean, we think back to WrestleMania 40. You said it, Sam, that he's the MVP of that WrestleMania. Seth Rollins had an injury where we were wondering several months before WrestleMania if he was going to be able to wrestle at WrestleMania. Don't doubt Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins goes into WrestleMania 41, and we're all thinking, who is Paul Heyman going to choose? Roman Reigns or CM Punk? Somehow or another, he ends up with Seth Rollins. Don't underestimate him. He's got a plan.
You're 100% right. And even if you're shaped, well, I don't know, Seth Rollins is going to lose to Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 40. He's going to lose the tag. It doesn't matter. He's going to be the difference maker. Ultimately, he's going to be the difference maker. And I think that's the story of Seth Rollins in the WWE. And it's interesting because once Seth Rollins took the microphone and started saying there's always a plan B, the original there's always a plan B was Triple H looking at the Shield saying, well, there's always a plan B. And that was the night that Roman took that first chair shot to the back from Seth Rollins, destroying the Shield once and for all. And that's something, again, like the foundation of Seth Rollins is as important as the day-to-day of Seth Rollins. But it takes us back to several weeks ago on Monday Night Raw when Paul Heyman had the phone and he said, let's activate Plan B. And Braun Breaker said, no, let's not do that. Plan B was always Seth cashing in this briefcase.
Oh.
Let's not do that now. And then they realized time for Plan B was Seth going into SummerSlam and taking the title from CM Punk when not only was he at his physically weakest, but emotionally weakest.
And they had to activate Plan B, especially after Braun was not able to come away with a victory earlier in the night.
And it's really funny because, we get lost in this world of storyline and reality when it comes to professional wrestling. And, of course, the story that we're hearing is that Seth saying only two people knew about what this plan was, and that's Becky Lynch and Paul Heyman. And you go, oh, that's a fun story that we're watching, except earlier today on the Rich Eisen show, Seth was the guest on the Rich Eisen show. Keep in mind, he had been a guest host, and that's where he talked about his injury.
And Miss Joy knew.
Right, Rue's kindergarten teacher.
Miss Joy.
She's the only
Joy
one.
Was on
there
the
was a
dirt
third
sheet.
person. Miss Joy was the third person. But like literally, Rich Eisen is going, hello, I was texting you going, can you still do the show? Are you okay? He walked into the studio with crutches and a brace on. Oh my guys, you were hobbling. And it's like, it's not just, this is what I'm doing on Mondays. This is how I'm living my life. And that's why, and it goes back to what I said with you on the SummerSlam recap podcast when I was talking about Paul Heyman running ECW and the Sandman convincing Philadelphia that he was blind. Like, this is stuff that if you want it to work, if you want it to resonate, if you want it to really have the impact that I think Seth and Paul Heyman and everybody involved want it to have, that circle has to be close. I mean, you heard on Unreal when Triple H is talking about the move to first turn John Cena, the circle stays tight. It's 5 or 6 people on a phone call, and that's it. And then when it drops, boom, it's the biggest thing it can be.
That's right.
And I think that that's what we got with Seth Rollins. So LA Knight comes out saying that he's, entitled to this championship match, saying that he wants it tonight. Rollins does what I think most champions would do. No. It says, oh, you want this match? You want this match? No.
That's smart.
Sure. I haven't prepared for this match. I just got out of this fake knee brace. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe there's fake lingering effects of it.
You definitely can't go to a public gym if you're in a fake knee brace.
I mean, look, he must have a hell of a home gym now.
Right?
Because Seth looks like he's in phenomenal shape. But I noticed that at SummerSlam. I was like, I don't know, because you could only see the upper body, but the upper body was looking nuts. However, he said he's eating pizza and sushi and cookies. No, he's not. No, he is not.
No chance.
I am. Okay? And I'm not taking this shirt off.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. So I think you speak for all of our audience. So so the match gets made when Adam Pearce comes out, and I think that's the beginning of Adam Pearce going, you know what? There's something about coming off of SummerSlam that this Raw feels fairly unhinged. I'm going to lean right in. And he's basically, Adam Pearce, for somebody who usually kind of plays by like the rules and what's the book of a good general manager, this time it felt very personal because he said, normally I wouldn't do this, but you lied. Your doctors lied. Your medical reports were lying. So now it's not normally anymore. And now I'm going to do this. Like, it felt like his feelings were hurt because he got lied to. So he had to punish Seth and say, here we go. Now you are defending your championship against LA Knight tonight here in Brooklyn.
And that was just the beginning because I think Adam Pearce just had enough.
I
the
think
lying,
you're right.
The long weekend, and all chaos.
Yeah, and the chaos is too much.
It's a lot.
He wants a little bit more respect. So we get the match. Great match. Seth, LA Knight. And it wasn't lost on me that we're watching a Monday Night Raw main event. And LA Knight is in a world heavyweight title match. Like, it's one of those things, and for those of us that have been following LA Knight throughout this whole journey, like, it's a special thing. Like, he has gotten to this point. He is in the main event of Monday Night Raw in a world heavyweight championship match. And you know when it hit me? When Alicia Taylor was doing the intros and it said challenger under LA Knight. And I went, he's doing it, man.
And I mean, this is somebody who's fought so hard to be in the position that he's in, and the fans have really made their voices heard and helped elevate LA Knight. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that, after a very impressive run in NXT as LA Knight that had the entire Performance Center going nuts every Tuesday, he comes up to the main roster and he's Max Dupree.
That was him?
That was him.
Wow. No
he had
wonder
to go through darkness to get to the light.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that
It
promo.
was great.
Yeah. I said, wait a minute. Is he
Coming back?
coming back?
And he came back. Not only does he come back, but he works his way all the way up to being, SummerSlam Slim Jim Battle Royal winner. I mean, we've really just been on this journey, and this is what the fans have been asking for, LA Knight to be in the World Heavyweight Championship picture.
And he's there. And we were talking about the fact that he's there. We were talking about like those episodes of Raw leading to SummerSlam when it was Punk and Gunther and Seth and Knight and Penta and every, like, you were like, look, this is what the World Heavyweight Championship picture is shaping into. And now we're seeing the result of that, I think. But the fans were on his side. I think Brooklyn realized they were seeing something special. Mm-hmm. And then boom. And it's a weird thing because nobody wants to see this match end in a disqualification. You want a clean finish in a world title match regardless, but especially an LA Knight world title match because you have the potential of seeing something so special. But CM Punk comes out, causes a disqualification. I think if it were anyone besides CM Punk, the crowd would have been like, no way. But CM Punk is that guy. When you see CM Punk and you're a wrestling fan, you have to go nuts. Like there's something, and I don't know what it is. I wish they could bottle that up because it's the way you could commodify that is insane. But it's like it's he shows up, he's in the arena, and there's something in you, whether you want to or not, that has to lose your mind because Punk's here.
I mean, before even seeing him, for 10 years they were going nuts with his name. Now he's here in the flesh.
And we get to do it. You know what I mean? We get to see him, we get to chant it. And Punk comes out, he beats down Seth Rollins. On one end, we're saying, of course, Seth Rollins has earned this beatdown. You know, he took that title from Punk and did Seth do anything wrong? I mean, his doctors lied. He lied about his knee, but the briefcase is the briefcase is the briefcase. If you don't want to see people like CM Punk have this amazing emotional moment and then have somebody cash in on him, maybe be less excited when that ladder match shows up.
And Punk knows Paul Heyman so well. Shouldn't he have at least been a little curious by the fact that Paul Heyman, regardless of Seth's status, was constantly carrying around the briefcase?
I guess, but like if a guy is saying, "Here are the doctor's notes. I'm going to Birmingham.
You got to know that contract is always looming. That briefcase is always looming.
What kind of life can you lead when you are sitting there going, "We are told that this person is injured," and you just have to sit there going, "But maybe not. But maybe not." I mean, that's how deeply paranoid people are formed. You can't be like that. That's not a healthy way to live.
This is Paul Heyman we're talking about. Right. This is Paul Heyman. Punk knows him better than anybody else.
And you're saying he's not the notoriously a truth sayer.
That's right. Okay. And Punk knows that. I mean, there's paranoia, then there's dealing with Paul Heyman. And
Punk's been the benefactor of that more times than not. However, he's on the other side of the coin right now. But Punk comes out, and like I said, causes the disqualification. LA Knight's not happy, which I think gets really, really interesting. And then, however...
LA Knight keeps getting screwed.
100%. It's like, hello, just give me an opportunity here. Like, you guys get opportunity. Give me an opportunity without somebody coming in and making it about something else. Seth, starts concocting plan B. Now this match with LA Knight is about something else. He's the world champion now. LA Knight finally gets a shot. Now the match is about something else. I mean, something's got to give. And here's the thing about LA Knight. Charisma, strength, skill, the whole thing. I think that his most valuable asset and maybe most dangerous asset too is persistence. Mm-hmm. He won't stop. And that's a scary thing when somebody like that just will not stop. And that's in like a match, but that's also just in life. Like you said, you were just talking about the road that he's been on, but it goes back before and this idea of working in the industry before he even got to WWE. He's like crazy. Persistent.
He could have walked away a long time ago.
Right. And had a great career.
Exactly.
But he was like, no. I'd like some more. And they're like, well, that's not for you. And he's like, that's fine. I'm going to take it. And I'm going to keep showing up to take it until it's mine. And at some point, it's like, who's going to wear down first? It's not going to be LA Knight ever. So LA Knight's upset with Punk. But here comes Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Now the numbers are not even.
What a spear.
I mean, massive spear. The Aisleway spear. that Braun Breaker shows up with is just because he gets from entryway to top of the aisle in a second and a half.
You see the movement before you can even process that it's Braun.
Right.
Bang.
Yeah. I think something's happening.
saw
Oh, he's
it.
on the floor.
That's
He's
it.
unconscious.
That's it.
It's already over. And then we end Raw, and we see the executive producer credits. We see it's over, and we're ending. And I was gonna say, I'm thinking because we're coming right downstairs to do this podcast.
Truth be told, we're sitting upstairs in your living room. I have shoes off, feet up on the couch. I'm making myself at home. I'm working. It's serious.
It is serious.
So the credits go up. I swing the legs over.
Right.
Put the shoes on. Bum, bum, bum.
And I'm going, so I first said, okay, my observation here is going to, and to an extent, I guess we did. My observation here is going to be we're ending Raw after SummerSlam the same way we ended Raw after WrestleMania. With this group on top. The only difference is Seth is the World Heavyweight Champion now. And then, like you said, bum, bum, bum. And Paul Heyman's face. He cannot believe it. Because as much as CM Punk thinks he knows Paul Heyman thinks he knows Roman Reigns. And there was this feeling. Like Roman Reigns came back. He had a great match at SummerSlam. He won. Jey Uso got the pin. We probably won't see Roman Reigns again for another month or two. It's just it's the life of being a Roman Reigns fan.
Yep.
That's the way the cycle works. And Paul Heyman is the one that used to schedule that cycle. And so to turn around backs to the Tron and to see the name Roman Reigns flash behind Braun, Seth, and Paul Heyman. And Paul is the first one because Paul, how many times did Paul walk down the aisle and hear that music? One note of that music, just one note, is all Paul Heyman needs to hear to realize they're in serious, serious danger. And Roman Reigns comes out, and I love, and I was telling you that he's got this new thing where it's like his double leg takedown is not like a grab, squeeze, and push. He's figured out this like sweep double leg takedown. And I don't know what it is. It's like my favorite thing ever.
We get the Superman punch, and then we get the double leg takedown.
Sweep double leg. It's got to be a sweep double leg where he's almost doing it like it's in a, almost like I'm here to disrespect you. Like it's in a disrespectful way. Like where it's just like somebody goes to hit him, and he's like, "Screw you for trying to hit me," and he just sweeps his legs out from under him. Now you're on the floor, and I'm punching you in the face, and that gets me excited about Roman Reigns. I like to see Roman Reigns beat people up. I don't like to see Roman Reigns get beat up.
No,
it upsets me.
Of course it does.
And so I'm sitting there going like, this is great. Roman Reigns is going to take out everybody. Punk and LA Knight already got taken out by this group, but Roman Reigns is here and he's figured them out. After that SummerSlam victory, he's figured everything out and he's going to take out the whole group. No.
Because Seth Rollins always has a plan.
Seth Rollins always has a plan.
They had the numbers advantage.
Of course they had the numbers advantage. And Roman Reigns was able to take out both Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, but as he's there, boom, a stomp. Now he gets picked up. I mean, this was the spear of the night. Just a massive, from one side of the ring to the other side of the ring, right through Roman Reigns' rib cage. Just Braun Breaker destroys Roman Reigns.
Go
ahead.
Seth Rollins' group, they haven't obviously been together that long. It's only really been since the Raw after WrestleMania.
It's literally only been since the Raw after WrestleMania. That's 100% right.
Couple months?
Bronson Reed wasn't there with them.
That's right.
Then.
And I mean, the way they keep their composure through all of this is Roman Reigns, right? I mean, we saw the double leg sweep. We see the Superman punch. Everybody just stays so together to execute taking Roman Reigns out.
Because who's the one person who may know Roman Reigns better than Paul Heyman?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, the architect, Seth Rollins. And I think that's why you end up in scenarios like this. So now Roman gets speared, and then Roman takes tsunami after tsunami after tsunami. I mean, flattened into the canvas. It's the worst thing I could see. I can't stand it when Roman's getting beat up. All I want to do is see him come back and destroy. I want him to stack people up on top of each other in triple threat matches again. That's my Roman Reigns. But not only does he get flattened, but then Bronson Reed takes his shoes again. He's wearing those Jordan 1 mids. And he takes them again. I mean, he's going to start looking like, remember Mr. T used to pile up gold chains? Bronson's going to do that except with Roman Reigns sneakers. And Roman, once again, has to go home in the snow walking in socks.
It's the middle of summer.
Okay, for some reason, I just feel like if you walk home in socks, you have wet feet when you get in the house, and your mom says, "What happened to your shoes?" And you go, "I don't know, Mom." And you walk to your room.
You know from experience?
Nothing. No.
You said this with quite a bit of emotion.
No, I'm talking about Roman Reigns.
You better keep
Nothing happened, Mom.
You better keep those socks on because Roman Reigns.
Well, that's when
picks.
maybe Roman's mom makes him start wearing double socks in case he has to walk through the snow again. I don't know how Roman does his thing. But to say, I mean, it's disrespectful. Bronson takes another pair of Roman Reigns' shoes.
And the previous
when I saw him, when Roman was laying down, and there's literally a dozen medical and security staff around Roman Reigns, and Bronson's like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to attack him anymore." And I saw him unlacing the shoes. I go, you have to be kidding me. No.
As soon as I saw him on the ground, I thought, he's not going to take him again.
He already has.
He already has them. He already made the statement.
Yeah.
He's not going to do it again. And then I look up.
He's putting
He did it
together
again.
He's putting together a personal collection of Roman Reigns' sneakers.
It sounds like something you would do.
Only if he gave them to me or he left them behind and then I scooped them up and said, "No, I didn't see them." Something like that. I would never take them off his feet.
No.
Right. If I found them and then he was like, "Hey, did you see those?" I go, "No, I don't know where. I don't know. They weren't in here." But now we see this group and I'm going like, "Oh, now it's 3-on-3," except they all got completely taken out. And you got this group, like you said, all working succinctly on the same page with the same plan. CM Punk and LA Knight's already clearly shown that he's not happy with CM Punk. Roman Reigns hates CM Punk. CM Punk doesn't like Roman Reigns. I don't know how he feels about LA Knight, but if LA Knight says, "I don't like you, Punk," I'm going to imagine that Punk doesn't like people who don't like him. So it'll be interesting to see where it all goes. But I will tell you that we did, and maybe it was because it was a night that Roman Reigns won, but this weekend was absolutely spectacular. Raw was such a fun way to cap off an amazing SummerSlam weekend. Megan, you and I got to be there in MetLife Stadium to see this whole spectacle with all the fans. We watched the whole show from the floor, got to record those recap podcasts from backstage at MetLife Stadium.
By the way, this is the only place you can watch the show when you're in the building. You can't watch it backstage on the screen. You got to be out there with the people.
It's fun to watch it out there with the people and to see like in this moment to see Cody Rhodes win back the championship and the pyros going off in the screen and especially after that match, the Cody Rhodes John Cena match is not only one of the best John Cena matches, the best John Cena match of the year. One of my favorite John Cena matches ever. One of the best WWE matches of the year. I was watching it back today and I'm going like, this is a masterpiece. And you see the appreciation for John Cena and to be in that building, to see John Cena in the ring and people just so appreciative. That's the only word you can use. The way they were chanting Super Cena, the way they were chanting Thank You Cena. Now look, I love this moment. We're looking at a photo of John Cena after the match. He's put everything he has into the match and is appreciating the fact that even after what he's been up to this year, that fans have still just been waiting for him. Just tell us you're back and we'll be with you. And he told us that he's back and we're here with him. And he has no idea in this moment that everything is about to change and that Brock Lesnar's music is about to play.
None of us did.
None of us did. But I just love this moment because this moment should be that sort of like, well, it was a fun title run. I don't know what the rest of this retirement tour is going to look like. I gave it my all. Thank you.
At least
then
I have all of these people.
They're all on my
behind
side.
me. This is great.
And you know what? I didn't get F5 by Brock Lesnar. What? And here comes Brock Lesnar. I mean, just such a cool sight to see it all. The match, the post-match sort of Cody and John back and forth, and then the Brock Lesnar return. was just amazing.
It finally felt like the fans got what they wanted in cheering Cena.
And I'll tell you one fan that got what he wanted. Last professional broadcaster, Sam Roberts, got what he wanted. I don't know if you know this, got to meet Mr. Iguana and La Yesca.
I was so happy for you. I actually was texting you during Friday Night SmackDown because you were on location
In Newark.
As soon as Mr. Iguana came out, we are big Mr. Iguana fans here on the Raw Recap Show.
Huge.
We love Mr. Iguana.
Huge. I mean, Psycho Clown's great too.
Yes, but Mr. Iguana,
Something special.
there is. He's the best. But I was texting you during SmackDown, all caps, Mr. Iguana. And then about 20 minutes later, you sent me this picture. I was extremely jealous. So one of the first things I did when I got to the arena on Saturday, I found Mr. Iguana and I got myself a Mr. Iguana picture.
For a moment, you looked like Mr. Iguana, but it was envy. That's why you were green. It was the green with envy when you realized that I had had this wonderful interaction. But now that we both know him, we should probably get him on the Raw Recap.
We should.
You know, I mean, imagine this guy's life. He goes from he's a star in AAA, but all of a sudden, just since June, he's like this worldwide known. I mean, did you hear the reaction that he got in Newark?
Insane.
When Mr. Iguana showed it was
I
on
need
the
a
Tron?
Mr. Iguana shirt.
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, it was a lot of fun getting to do the shows backstage, getting to celebrate the tribal chief, getting to be on the floor at SummerSlam. Just an amazing weekend throughout. I mean, look at that. Just seeing, there's something about, I love being there and taking in the vibe of not only looking at how massive these sets are that they have for shows like this, and seeing the ring, and there's a cage over the ring, and a ladder match belt holder over the ring, and the whole thing, but also just like feeling the energy, and you can feel the energy even as people start to pack in.
Yeah, and one of my favorite moments from this past weekend was that TLC match.
Yes.
I went back and watched a little bit of that today, and seeing Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae in that match and thinking about the fact that they have a 3-year-old son at home.
Nuts.
And Candice going through that ladder, she's maybe the coolest person ever.
Yeah. Definitely coolest person to ever go through a ladder. Maybe the coolest person ever in general.
Hard to argue.
Maybe we get her on Raw Recap at some point too. Listen, so much going on right now. Of course, we were just talking about Brock Lesnar and the surprise return at SummerSlam. And the Beast is indeed back. And we know he's back because he's got brand new T-shirts up on WWE Shop, as well as Stephanie Vaquer, last week's guest. Stephanie Vaquer has 2 new authentic tees available now on Fanatics and WWE Shop. Both the La Primera shirt, which is great, and something that we kind of got into when she was on the show, Wrestling is My First Language, as the Stephanie Vaquer shirt. And I think those shirts are going to go like crazy. We saw her and Naomi on Raw, and just as we build the Clash in Paris and realize that Stephanie Vaquer is going to get this massive title match at Clash in Paris, that's going to be massive, and you're going to want to show your support.
I saw a lot of people wearing the horns.
Oh, yeah.
At
Oh, yeah.
MetLife.
And they weren't wearing them the way Naomi described someone might wear them. They were wearing them right on their heads. So get that. Get the Beast is Back T-shirts, and you can still grab official event merchandise from what was an absolutely iconic SummerSlam weekend. I'm talking about Winners Tees. I'm talking about the ProSphere jerseys and so much more. Go over to WWE Shop or Fanatics and find all this stuff. It really is. It really
Mr.
is.
Iguana
Cool.
shirts too.
Yeah, absolutely.
While you're there.
Now, look, I thought one of the segments that got the biggest reactions tonight on Monday Night Raw was when the man came to town. Becky Lynch shows up.
New music and all.
Still the Intercontinental Champion. You know, you said on the Countdown to SummerSlam show, your theory was that there was a real threat that Lyra Valkyria had to worry about, that Becky Lynch may be the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion forever.
I mean, realistically, this is Becky Lynch we're talking about. I don't see why not.
Well, lifespans. Well, we had this conversation. I think that there is some science that might get in the way of that, but I've been wrong before. I'll say that.
AI is going to figure that all out.
AI is going to do it.
That's right.
Okay. Well, Becky Lynch AI. You think we'll still have the Intercontinental
No, I
Championship?
think we're going to live forever.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
So so a lot more episodes of Raw Recap.
There we go. Yeah.
But she came out with the Intercontinental Championship, and look, she said what it was. Regardless of how it happened, regardless of Bayley's involvement, and we saw the Lyra Bayley interaction. I mean, Lyra's just having none of it. Lyra's saying you never want your name associated with a vortex. I've never heard anybody say X name here, vortex, and it's a compliment. The fact that Lyra said, I want to be out of this Bayley vortex was like not nice. And then going like, I don't love you. I don't like you. I don't hate you. Nothing. Just please get out of my life. And the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference.
Yeah, and it's almost like she might feel more strongly towards Bayley than she does Becky Lynch.
Lyra?
Right? I mean, the opposite of love is indifference. I mean, I think she probably hates Becky, but that's at least a feeling.
That's a feeling. Yes,
Yeah.
100%. 100%. But she probably also knows with Becky Lynch that this is not a dog worth chasing. You know what I mean? Because you're never going to catch it.
That's right.
You don't get another shot at the
She
championship.
learned.
And it's because it was no DQ. So the fact that Bayley knocked you out, the reason that wasn't a DQ is because you made it no DQ, and then you agreed to the stip where you're not going to get another shot.
So really, Lyra can only blame herself.
A little bit Bayley too.
A little bit.
A little Bayley in there. But
Bayley's not there if there's no Lyra stip.
Well, she might have showed up, but Lyra would have gotten, at least there would have been a DQ. She would have gotten the victory via DQ. Look, regardless, as far as Becky Lynch is concerned, it's neither here nor there. We could have this argument until the cows come home.
She's moving on.
Yeah, she's worried about something else over here, which is who's the next opponent going to be? And I mean, I think we were thinking about this. Like, I didn't know.
When the music hit for Nikki Bella, I was stunned.
Yeah, You Can Look But You Can't Touch came on, and I go, oh.
Because Nikki Bella returns. We have her on the Raw Recap show. She has her match with Chelsea Green. She's involved in the Battle Royal at Evolution. And I think we're all kind of wondering, how long is Nikki going to stay?
And she was in that 8-woman tag match last week.
How long is she going to stay? And if she's here, who is she going to be involved with? And I don't know why, but I did not think Becky Lynch.
No, I didn't either. But then but as soon as you hear the music and as soon as she comes out, you're like, ooh, there's something here. Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch in 2025 with the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line. I will say this. Becky is telling some pretty outstanding stories with the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, she's doing things. I'll say this. She's doing things.
Thank you for acknowledging her greatness.
I said she's doing things. There are things that are being done.
I'll take what I can
look,
get.
I would take it too. So Nikki Bella comes out, and after Becky says, who's it going to be? Nikki Bella comes out, and Nikki, is complimentary to Becky Lynch. And Becky likes that. She likes a compliment.
Who doesn't? Do you blame her?
No, I love compliments. I don't get them that often, but I like them. And then she goes, yeah, we liked you before, but you're a disappointment, is what Nikki Bella says. You're a disappointment.
Which is just factually incorrect.
If Nikki is disappointed in Becky Lynch, that wouldn't be factually incorrect. That would be an opinion.
And she says she's disappointed in her because she's a backstabber.
Right. And she's a backstabber and she held people down.
But Becky's not a backstabber.
Okay. Do you have any evidence there, or are you just saying that?
I mean, Bayley backstabbed Lyra.
I don't think she did it on purpose. Wait,
still did it.
Wait, no. Becky 100% backstabbed Lyra when Lyra and Becky lost the tag team championship.
No. That was not backstabbing. That was holding Lyra accountable because it was Lyra's fault that they lost.
She said, I'll be your partner, and then she beat up her own partner.
Because she was holding her accountable. It wasn't backstabbing. I checked.
With whom?
I checked and I looked it up.
Is that another Chat GPT deal?
That's right.
Little AI?
And it wasn't backstabbing. It was holding your tag team partner accountable.
Well, the reason AI gets it wrong is because they just gather all their information from the internet, and you've been spewing this nonsense on a podcast.
I mean, there's a big difference between accountability and backstabbing.
Yes, that sentence you just said is true, but it doesn't pertain to what we're talking about whatsoever.
Okay. Tomato, I guess we see the situation differently.
Okay. I
but
guess
Becky Lynch did not backstab Lyra Valkyria. She just held her accountable because Lyra is the reason they lost the tag team championships.
Well, I can't say because I'm not in the women's locker room. I was thrown out a long time ago. So I can't say who Becky has held down, who she's backstabbed, if she's gotten opportunities based on, stepping on the necks of other people. I really don't know. But also, when it comes to pro wrestling, I don't care that much if you're like doing whatever you can do to get ahead for yourself. And I don't know if Becky did that or not. I know Nikki Bella said she did, and Nikki Bella would know better than me. But there's also this other part of me that goes, this is wrestling. Like, it's not a team sport.
No.
Like, everybody's job. At some point, if a legend comes back, if somebody who's got some real stroke comes back and goes, okay, I'm going to now do a run where I'm helping people, great. But, like, when you're on the come up, shouldn't you kind of be...
Should be scratching and clawing
looking
and
out for number one.
Whatever it takes.
Who's looking out for you ahead of everybody else? No one.
No one.
Just you. So there is that part of it that I was like, I don't think it's that bad. But then I realized, okay. You said that Becky Lynch doesn't hold people back, right? Doesn't backstab.
That's right.
Then she went on Raw tonight and she said, Nikki, I specifically got you cut out of Happy Gilmore 2.
Well,
we had known that this was a thing, right? Becky Lynch, and by the way, I saw the movie, right? And I'm watching this movie, Happy Gilmore 2. It's a fabulous movie, by the way.
Movie of the summer.
Well, that's what Becky said. I loved it. I legitimately loved it. As somebody who grew up with Happy Gilmore, I thought it was great. But I'm watching this, and like Becky Lynch has this significant part in the movie, and Becky Lynch is a golfer for the enemy team, and as she's going around the course, I realize that's Nikki Bella playing her caddy.
Well, see, I actually don't blame Becky for this because I, believe it or not, this is factual. You can look it up. I grew up caddying at a private country club outside of Chicago.
Okay.
It's a cutthroat business. And if you are not a good caddy, I mean, it's a long round with these golfers. I'm serious. It's a long round if you're not a good caddy.
This is a fictional film. It's a comedy movie. It's not.
Well,
she wasn't a
maybe
real caddy.
Nikki Bella wasn't holding her own as Becky's caddy, and Becky
wasn't a real
had to look out for number one.
It wasn't an actual game
It's a
of
cutthroat business.
Golf?
Yeah. Have you seen Bubba Watson undress his caddy? Oh, it's not good.
Happy Gilmore 2 is not a documentary.
What do you think? Becky's out here just swinging away for fun. Everything she does, she takes competitively. So Nikki Bella's a terrible caddy.
If Becky Lynch thought that she was a real golfer because she was in a movie called Happy Gilmore 2 about golf, but it's a uproarious comedy, then there are probably bigger problems here.
Nikki Bella was not cutting it as Becky's caddy.
Well, Becky said that she got Nikki cut out of this film, which feels like not a nice thing to do at all. Nikki said that she doesn't believe what Becky says when she's in the ring. This whole bravado that Becky has. Nikki said she doesn't buy into it, and she thinks that Becky is lying just like her husband lied. Because Seth did lie about his knee. That's fair.
It's true.
But Becky, I don't like it when people bring up my family in a negative way. I'd be really upset. So Becky made sure that to tell Nikki not to bring up her husband.
Her hot husband.
Oh, was that it?
It was her hot husband.
Oh, that's right. She said it a couple times.
And listen, earlier in the show, you did point out that Seth has a pretty good body. So I don't think you disagree with Becky there.
You just caught me in a Sam Roberts logic trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were talking about his body.
I mean, he looks amazing.
Hot husband.
I didn't say Becky was a liar. I said maybe she backstabbed Nikki Bella if she really got her cut out of Happy Gilmore 2. I didn't say she lied about that. So then, of course, Becky Walsh, she's like, if we're bringing up significant others.
Nikki went there, so Becky just went back.
No, Becky, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Becky has a tendency, and this is a good fighting style. Becky has a tendency of, oh, you threw a dart at me. I'm going to hit you with a cannonball. That's what she did. And we saw the audience's reaction. Dropped a "you can't see me," and we went, yeah, we know what you're talking about, Becky. This is crazy what's going on right now. And then Nikki said, okay, well, I want a match tonight. And Becky responded by saying, well, the reason that I won't have the match is, and then punched her in the face and left. But I'll tell you, man, after this back and forth, I found myself going, like you said, at first, very unexpected. Didn't see this coming. By the end of it, I was like, I can't wait for Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch.
I can't wait either. Nikki claiming that it's not Becky's era is just preposterous as well. I mean, this is the never-ending era of Becky, as I stated on the SummerSlam recap show. But I do love seeing two different superstars that love them or hate them, however you feel about them, iconic in different eras, and now we get to see them in the same era.
Yeah, I love it. And by the way, Megan in our control room, she agrees with me about Seth.
That he's hot.
Yeah. Maybe Becky's not telling lies here. You know?
Listen, I've been trying to tell you this for a long time about Becky.
I thought it was about Seth. Hey, by the way, we were talking about SummerSlam and these iconic moments. Did you see Jelly Roll? Did you see the sneakers that he was wearing?
I saw them.
I mean, Jelly Roll had an amazing performance at SummerSlam, and I felt like I was Spike Lee looking at Jelly Roll going, it's got to be the shoes. Remember those Jordan commercials, Spike Lee? Wow. He was wearing a signature Sabrina 2s. He had them on. He loves them. You know, one of the biggest sneakers coming out of the WNBA right now. We got a picture of him backstage. Jelly Roll actually signed the sneakers, the Sabrina 2s. And Fanatics, who's the leader, as if you didn't know, in authentic memorabilia. Look at him, looking all happy with those sneakers. Fanatics works closely with WWE, works closely with Sabrina and Jelly. They're cooking up, I just say something special to do with those signed sneakers involving Jelly and Sabrina's foundation. Stay tuned to all the Fanatic social handles to find out, you know, what they're cooking up and how we can all get involved with this. But I thought it was really cool to see, especially because to me, those specific sneakers are iconic because I think Jelly Roll impressed a lot of people at SummerSlam.
I love that they were the Sabrinas too.
Yeah. Yeah, and he said like they're the most comfortable basketball sneakers he'd ever worn or something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
The best. I mean, Sabrina doesn't get enough love, so.
Yeah. You know, people on Raw looking for more love, apparently. And also, you know, I would say Jelly Roll's fashion choices were a little less questionable than the New Day's fashion choices. And I don't know. It feels like, you know, they're trying. I think the New Day wants attention.
They're mourning.
With this mourning. I think that they want attention. And here's my thought process, right?
What are you, a psychologist now?
100%. You know, in my own head. So Kofi shows up rocking a beard with no mustache, going full Abe Lincoln. You know, this was months ago, but he's going full Abe Lincoln.
What do you think of it? Have you looked at yourself in the mirror and say, maybe me?
No, I got a big upper lip.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I got too much space here to go no mustache and beard. It would be crazy. But honestly, it's crazy when anybody does. I've never seen anybody except Abe Lincoln pull off the Abe Lincoln and not go
Honest
like,
Abe.
What's he doing? Why is he doing that? And I think the reason that he's doing it is he wants this conversation. He wants attention. And then Woods starts showing up in less and less clothes every time that you see him.
Do you like it?
I mean, I think he wants attention. For God's sakes, he's showing up in suspenders with no shirt. Who wears suspenders with no shirt? I mean, to go that far into fashion and not have an upper is nuts. And then just when I'm going like, okay, they've gone as far over the top as they're going to go. Kofi shows up in what looks like the opposite of fingerless gloves. Like, you know, on fingerless gloves, you just have the gloves, but your fingers are exposed.
They don't really make sense, but
maybe helping to grip.
but they're
or something.
functional.
But Kofi shows up with gloves where only the fingers are covered and the hand is exposed, which I go, what could possibly be the use of this glove? Yeah, I mean, you're if it's for...
Can't have a good grip. It's just...
It makes no sense, and I don't even know how they stay on. They're insane. I'd be thinking about them all the time. I got to keep my finger gloves on.
They have to be very tight.
Very tight. You can't really move your hand in the right way. And just as I'm obsessing over these ridiculous gloves, I see something. Somehow, Xavier Woods fit in the hallway of the Barclays Center locker room. I heard a rumor that they actually had to expand the aisle to get to the ring tonight at the Barclays Center.
Yeah, the props guys are very busy.
Yes, because they needed room for Woods' hat. I mean, the hat, it had to be a 6-foot circumference. It was like, what is that? To the point where, like, they're coming to the ring, Grayson Waller, Xavier Woods, first of all, never follow instruction from somebody wearing a 6-foot hat.
I mean, he's walking with an umbrella on top of his head.
And it's, no. It's much bigger than an umbrella. It's the type of umbrella that somebody walks around in New York City because they think they're a hot shot, but they're taking up the entire sidewalk, and everybody hates them.
The worst kind of people. It's basically a chandelier is on his head.
I mean, it may be the worst kind of people. Maybe the worst kind of people are the ones that wear those as hats. That's crazy. Grayson Waller is having this match with Penta, which, by the way, is the New Day's fault. And he goes, the New Day shows up. Waller goes to high-five them. They walk past him, but they can't. Kofi's hat doesn't. Xavier Woods' hat doesn't clear Grayson Waller. I mean, and how can Kofi be walking around like this is everything going on right now is totally normal? We've made fashion choices that are regular. This is regular.
Well, they say it's because they're mourning.
Well, can you imagine showing up to a funeral in that hat? You might as well wear white to a wedding. It's the craziest thing you could do. It's the most distasteful thing. Showing up to a funeral in a 6-foot brimmed hat. Look at him. Do you understand?
I just wonder how he got the headset on here.
This is costing WWE money. Do you know how much it costs to sit on the floor? Can you imagine if your view is obstructed for multiple segments because Xavier Woods is wearing a giant hat? He took out 3 rows with that hat.
It almost looks like he has a trampoline on his head.
I could jump on it for sure.
Yeah.
And he's like, and it's just regular. And like Kofi's sitting there saying that he called Michael Cole Michael Cold because he thinks Michael Cole is cold-hearted. It's ridiculous what's going on right now. Meanwhile, the only person that remembers there's actually wrestling happening is Penta, who pulls off one of the most incredible Mexican destroyers I've ever seen. Takes everybody out. I do have to say, when Penta put the Woods hat on, for some reason,
it looked a lot better.
It was super cool. I was like, if that was Penta's look, I think it'd still be okay, you know. But would you see like that? Like, there's the darkness to it. You know, the fact that the chandeliers are falling down. It's not like propped up.
He looks mysterious.
Mysterious. It's got the skeleton stuff going on. If you can kind of peek through.
I love the contrast of the black hat and the red gloves. Those are the gloves that Kofi should have been wearing.
Oh, yeah, not Kofi's handless finger gloves.
No, this is the look.
They're insane. He can't even. And at one point, Woods tried to do a mocking Cero Miedo. You know, he tried to put his hand up to. He hit his own hat.
Where
he
does
couldn't
one
do it with
find
the
a hat this large?
I don't know, because you'd have to go to a hat store with the widest door in town because you couldn't get it out. I mean, how do you get it into the Barclays Center? Loading dock. Must have been the loading dock.
How do you fit that in a car if you're driving?
I don't think you're taking it with you. I think you just got to leave it behind. I mean, you'd have to strap it to the roof.
Yeah.
Like a Christmas tree.
Or drive a convertible.
Yeah, but then you have to get a chin strap for the hat to make sure it doesn't blow off. Because can you imagine the wind resistance? Can you imagine you get a gust of wind under you and there's all this brim? I mean, it would not fall off your head. It would knock you all the way backwards.
That could cause a serious accident too.
Yeah,
driving a convertible.
It would be like having a sail in your car.
Now we're talking. Maybe this could be innovative,
right?
Instead of having a sail on a boat,
just wear. I have a sail hat.
Mm-hmm.
I have this sale. Why do you have a sale hat? Oh, because I'm mourning. Because I want to be the tag team champion again. Oh, okay. I'm glad you cleared that up. That makes all the sense in the world. And these guys come on here and they tease me. And then 2 weeks later, they're on Raw and they got that hat on.
I do have a question for you, because before we got to the Grayson Waller Penta match, we did see a little bit of a backstage interaction. It was between Grayson Waller, the New Day, and Penta and Adam Pearce, your guy.
There was a time where you would watch a documentary and they'd throw someone out of a locker room for wearing a hat like that.
But Grayson Waller, when talking to the New Day about Adam Pearce, the New Day says to Big G, "Did you get our rematch? Are we going to have a chance at the tag team titles?" And he said, "No, you're not. You see, Adam Pearce is bald. He doesn't understand."
I heard him say that.
So I just wanted to check in with you and ask.
It's not an accurate thing. You watch the segment. That's not what happened. Adam Pearce fully understood. He didn't think the New Day deserved a rematch.
Grayson Waller said bald people don't understand. So I was just...
Grayson Waller's, I mean, I don't know if there's any WWE superstar that's been more consistently incorrect than Grayson Waller. The New Day don't even want to hang out with him. They're not even actually his friend.
They're not. It's
They're
kinda
not.
Sad.
It's
kinda
sad.
to watch.
It's sad.
It is.
He's like, "Hey, good news, guys. I dumped my tag team partner." And they're like, "Yeah, that guy kind of sucks, but that doesn't mean you can team with us."
And they come out to ringside not to like support Grayson Waller, but just to get more attention.
They want the attention. They want to show the hat off.
Mm-hmm.
They go, "It's not enough to have a backstage with this hat on."
Although, if you're going to wear that type of hat, you better show it off.
It's not a hat to be worn privately. But, I mean, there's literally no context in which that hat wouldn't disrupt everything around you. It's not a hat meant for life.
No.
And by the way, Grayson Waller got his butt kicked by Penta.
If you wanted to mourn in peace, you would do the opposite of wearing that hat.
How long have they been mourning for?
It's tough, though. I mean, I don't blame them for mourning. They
Why?
lost the title. They care so much about the titles.
Then go.
You're talking about one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Yeah, they should win some matches. That
They
might
can't
be.
get a match because of
They can get any match they want. It's just not the tag team championship match. Go win another match. And then after that, win another match.
I understand you're just being defensive because the Judgment Day are the tag team champions.
Well, I mean, and the New Day haven't earned a title shot
Well, Adam Pearce won't give him one.
because they haven't earned it. So if the New Day, instead of
He was giving out a ton of title opportunities today. Just not to the New Day.
well, because they didn't deserve it. You know?
Well, Adam Pearce, I think, was like, you know what? Usually I don't do this, but go ahead. That's what he did for the women. Go ahead.
He did it for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Judgment Day came out on the short end of that stick, and he did it for LA Knight. But that was more because Seth Rollins had been lying about his doctor notes. But no, the New Day being like, "Have you seen how big this hat is? Can I have a rematch?" That's a crazy thing to think. Like, just go have matches with teams that aren't the champions and win those matches. And then go, "Hey, Adam Pearce, we've been winning these matches. Now can we have a tag team championship match?" Like, this is not an outside the box concept. Like, just win matches against other teams. And that way, if Adam Pearce is thinking about putting one of the other teams in a tag team championship match, you can say, "Well, I beat them."
But
So
the
I'd
New
like
Day
that.
believes that it's Adam Pearce's fault that they lost the tag team championships.
Well, it's great to have
They
excuses.
believe that this is personal.
Yeah, it's great to have excuses. By the way, if the New Day were to win a tag team championship again, it would be a huge moment, no doubt. And Tops now is doing a tops job of capturing all of those forever moments. We were talking about them. We were talking about it on the SummerSlam recap that Tops now is commemorating Seth Rollins' shocking cash in on CM Punk when he reclaimed the World Heavyweight Championship. Lucky collectors, by the way, who purchased that base Seth Rollins card, they'll have a chance at receiving an autograph version. There's one that's inscribed, a 1-of-1, and short print variations that have his iconic title swing, little image variations. Well, Tops now has also released cards celebrating Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair winning the tag team championship, and Jey Uso and Roman Reigns
Oof.
as they were the victors in their tag team match. And of course, there's also a Cody Rhodes card reclaiming the WWE Undisputed title with an autograph chase. I've already put my order in on these. Check out all the cards coming out at Tops.com and go to @Tops on social. Remember, these are a limited time. They're there for a few days and then gone. capture these memories, get these cards.
I want that Jay Roman one.
It's really cool. They're dapping up or whatever.
It's a big spot for Jay.
It's a big moment. So
before we go, can I just point something out really quick?
Please do.
We had a conversation after SummerSlam about Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
And if Rhea Ripley, if this is about Io, if this is about the championship, I made the case that Rhea was so focused on the championship that she wasn't focusing exactly on Io.
Yes.
Because she hasn't been able to pin Io. Tonight on Raw, we got to see Rhea Ripley, Io Sky backstage.
Yes.
And Rhea said there's nothing she wants more than to finally beat Io Sky. So we got a bit of an answer.
She wants Io Sky to win the title so she can beat her. And Io Sky looking at her and going, Rhea, like, I respect you, but you're never going to beat me. And the fact that because that's why I said, I wonder if that's what it is. Because there's only one person that can say that to Rhea Ripley. There's one individual on the planet.
And it's Io.
That can look at Rhea Ripley and say, hey, Rhea, you're never going to beat me. And say it with confidence. And say it to the point where it gets Rhea. Because how are you going to respond to that? And it's Io. You know? I mean, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what she wants. Now, look, we've seen things go awry before. I talked about the fact that it's going to be Stephanie Vaquer getting the Women's World Championship match at Clash in Paris. And the thought process is it'll be Naomi. But next week on Raw, it's Naomi and Io for the Women's World Championship. Which means if Io were to beat Naomi, then she goes at Clash in Paris.
And Io has experience being in this spot before.
Just look back at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that to me gets very, very interesting. I don't see Naomi losing it, but at the same time, Io doesn't lose very many matches either.
Also, tonight on Raw, Sam, big question for you. There were 3 Grande Americanos. I think I counted 3.
It could have been an illusion.
I've been pretty tired.
Exactly. Look, there was a time when there were multiple Doink the Clowns, and Doink said that was an illusion. And also, I think one of them was like a medio Americano. I don't think it was Grande.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm not 100% sure. I'd need to get clarification on that. And maybe I'll go to
Chat GPT.
I was going to say the presiding body at AAA, but Chat GPT, maybe some AI would have the answer.
Yeah.
We had Sheamus and Rusev literally fighting all night, all over the building. The match itself ended in a double countout, but they didn't stop fighting at all to the point where they knocked into Sami Zayn, and it results in Rusev versus Sami Zayn next week on Monday Night Raw, which I'm excited to see because Sami Zayn thinks now that he's gotten past Karrion Kross, he's going to be able to go to the World Heavyweight Championship, but Rusev is a big speed bump.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. These two just have been going at it. I didn't think I could get enough of it last week on Monday Night Raw, and then we got it again tonight. I mean, I just love seeing Rusev, and Sheamus
fight.
Yeah.
Yes, fight.
Yeah.
And of course, Becky Lynch versus
Nikki Bella. Oh, no.
Next week
We're going to see Becky Lynch against Sweet Cheeks.
It's Maxine Dupree who she'll be fighting. Yes, next week. Becky did refer to her as Sweet Cheeks. Natty or Natalia, depending on who she is at any given moment, issues the challenge. She didn't like what Becky said about Nikki Bella, and so she issues the challenge, and then boom, Becky turns around and goes, I'll accept the challenge, but not from you, Sweet Cheeks. And now we've got Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch, and I can't wait to see if Becky Lynch is all about elevating people or dragging them down to the ground. We'll see it, and the best part is we'll be here to recap it. Subscribe across all audio platforms. Make sure you're watching the WWE's YouTube channel, and we'll see you next week when the Raw Recap returns.